Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotel. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNewBeingQueenTV.com, the network for melanated people just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our broadcast. We are so pleased that you have joined us today. As you come in, beloved, please come in giving us a big thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. You can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Will you do that? Also, beloved, we can see now that we're being shadow banned and the notifications have not gone out, but that's okay. You all always know that I always say that I believe at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. So family, you can help us, however, as you come in. When you come in giving us a big thumbs up, when you like and share, you make it more likely that other folk will know that we're here. I know that my schedule has been off, and I was off on yesterday taking care of my body. As you all know, I deal with some medical stuff, and so thank you so much for your patience when my schedule is different. But normally I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on FlyNewBeingQueenTV.com. Do me a big favor. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please give us a big thumbs up and share, share, share. At the bottom of your screen, there's a share button. So if you copy the share button, you can paste it on your social media platforms. You can text it to someone. You can email someone. And never become discouraged if you don't feel like that you have a big audience, because you never know who you're going to affect. So on the count of three, I want everybody to hit that thumbs up button, and I want you to share, 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 share. We're live today, our Black Primetime show, The Vicki Show. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm looking forward to today's very, very brief war briefing. I'm going to have to keep to that today. And then I look forward to being with you some of the time this week as well. Like I said, we're being shadow banned right now, and the alerts didn't go out. So family, make sure you share, share, share. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Now, I want to start by saying that you all have heard me, my day ones and those that follow me on a regular basis, you've heard me say repeatedly that I'm not just a YouTuber. And the reason I say I'm not just a YouTuber is because I want to be clear that my work is a spiritual and a holy mission. It's a metaphysical mission. I use social media, not just YouTube, obviously, because sometimes my show is re-aired on other platforms, but I use my platform and these different social media platforms and these other digital platforms to elevate my message, because this is where you are. Never forget that. Don't ever get me caught up and twisted with somebody that's just making content to just make content. My goal is to truly impact your life on a seen and unseen level. My goal is to prepare you for a brand new world to come, where we will no longer be the tail but the head. We will be above and not beneath. Are y'all hearing me today? And so with that being said, you must understand that the reason I go so hard for our people and for our work is because I recognize that we have a very spectacular and special future that we're being primed for. Somebody talk black to me. Don't ever confuse me going in on white people's black people. that is black people that's about pushing white supremacy and dogging out black people, betraying us, don't ever confuse my assignment to say, no, those are enemies among us. Those are tares among us, with those that are still within our ranks that may not be perfect, but that is still useful. How are we going to throw away our own in the middle of war? How are we going to throw away our own in circumstances and situations that our 500-year-old open enemy created for us? Somebody talk black to me. You've got me mixed up. That's so very important to understand. And that statement will make more sense as the days continue. But I wanted to be very, very clear about who I am and my assignment. And it doesn't even matter if it feels to me that the whole world is against me. I'm going to do what I feel led to do because it's the right thing, even when at first many of you may not understand it. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. I bow to you often, and I tell you, you are my bliss because you are, because I overstand, understand, and understand your very specialness, and you being the original man and the original woman, the reformation, the remaking of a people that has been undone. Talk black to me. So I want to be very, very clear about that. Now, with that being said, I want to discuss an amazing and absolutely amazing project that our brother Tariq Nasheed is working on. Instagram, come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. I'm your sister with the curly braids. I'm ready to deliver you a very, very brief war briefing today. So meet me right now at FlyNubianQueenTV.com, or you can access us live at Fly Nubian Queen on YouTube. Instagram, come on over right now because I need to use this device. By the way, family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. You can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Now, let me tell you something. I was so honored. I was so blessed and so favored, even without any official connection or hookups or any of that with the higher ups within the Nation of Islam. I'm so grateful and so thankful that I received a direct message from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And hearing the message with his own voice totally rocked my world. Somebody talk black to me. And for those of you that don't understand, this is a more than a man to me that for more than 60 some odd years have been fighting for and blessing Black people. And it's not about the religion. It's about who loves Black people, who's serving Black people. Somebody talk black to me. So the notion, the idea that I heard his voice and he said, Vicki Dillard, he knows I exist and wanted me to know that he watches me, and thanked me for the work I'm doing with our people at this particular time when I've been under unusual warfare. Meant the world. I won't go into further details except to say that that blessed my life. I'm so grateful. And to let you all know that that's what it's about for me. Making a very, very, very real, impactful difference in your life, not only for this world, but in the world to come. So I just want to say how grateful I am and what an honor it is. What an honor it is. And I'm bringing that up because I want to let you all know that I have a very long reputation for coming under attack, for supporting strong Black masculine men. Men who the world wants to throw away, men who the world despises and makes fun of, men who the world slanders. That's who I rock with. I said, that's who I rock with. And it's so amazing. And I'm so honored by that. And I just wanted to share that little snippet with you. But without further ado, I want to get into today's brief war briefing. And y'all gonna be like, Vicki, it is brief today. It has to be, beloved, but I didn't want to miss. So I just want to give you a brief address. So Instagram, come on over Instagram because I'm fixing to use the device right now. Instagram, flynubianqueentv.com. Family, let me post this really quick. Thank you for your patience while I do that. And while I do that, family, on the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. For those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. Are you ready? And share, 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 share. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Share, 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 share. Share, 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 share. Thank you all. When you do that, you help us to overcome being shadow banned. And I don't want to take all day, so I'm going to go ahead and move on with this. That's okay, beloved. I'm glad to be back. Like I said, I know my schedule has totally been off and totally been different. But I appreciate you all so much for tuning in today. And y'all know I'm live and direct, so I'm trying to post this up here right now. Thumbs up, share, share, share. I want to talk a little bit about our brother Tariq Nasheed's absolutely amazing project that he's working on. A Black museum. And the reason I wanted to talk about it today is because I was so not surprised, but nevertheless disappointed by some of the conversation surrounding our brother's very noble endeavor. And I wanted to highlight something that I think is very important for us as a people. No, I have not talked to our brother Tariq Nasheed. No, I didn't tell him I planned on doing this show. Family, I have some of the discussions that I have because I know where real power lies. God, today, where's my gavel? Y'all know this is the home of the hand claps and the gavel raps. Is that right? Y'all know that this is the home of the hand claps and the gavel raps. Now, this is important. What do you mean, Vicki? You know where power lies. I have told you repeatedly that power in this season is coming from the ground up. Power in this season is coming from the ground up. Now, some of you don't take endeavors that come from the mouth, particularly from Black men, seriously, because you are used to associating such moves with your open enemy. So for some of you, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you acquiesce to this point that I'm making or not, you have a spirit of biscuit in you. And this is my everlasting job of exorcism, to eject from you, to exorcise, not exercise, to exorcise this demon out of you of Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ruckus, Bones and Biscuits. This is a programming that's deeply encrypted and deeply embedded into the subconscious, the unseen parts of us. I know about this. I know about this because I'm born and raised in Mississippi. I was born and raised in Mississippi. So there's a unique mindset, an energy, and a spirit that dwelled in the dirty South, that acquiesced to white supremacy, that was about the pleasuring and the pleasing and the amelioration of our oppressors. But I'm pleased to cast out this demon. And I won't stop because I know about this. I've recovered from this. God, did I talk black to me? So this is important for us to exorcise these demons out of us. Now, Vicki, why are you saying this? Let me show you something. Let me help you today. So I want you to see, I'm just going to read you the basic information that I pulled up from the website. It's officially the Hidden History Museum and the fundraising that's going on at Indigo. Now, this is not something that the network per se is pushing. This is something that I've certainly given my funds to. And I would say you look into it and make the decision to give for yourself. But I think that this is such an upstanding thing to participate in. The Hidden History Museum, you can find the link at Indigo. And so now we're over at $200,000. The first goal, the first phase of the museum is $1 million. Somebody say that's nothing. Somebody say $1 million is nothing. It says that help build the country's first museum of untold Black history. There are different options. And I love, he does a beautiful job here on talking about our story, saying we're building the country's first museum that focuses on Black history that's generally hidden and untold. This historic project is presented by Melanoid Nation Foundation, which is a 501c3 nonprofit organization based in LA. It's spearheaded by filmmaker Tariq Nasheed, who produced the top-selling Hidden Colors documentary series. The museum will feature a plethora of artifacts and material featured in these films. It's absolutely amazing. Now, the reason I wanted to discuss this, and again, shout out to our brother for doing this. This is what I posted today. I'm going to try to keep it with so the light isn't reflecting so crazy. But this is what I posted today. I said, hating against Tariq Nasheed's Black History Museum. I said under that, to be sure we're at war from within and without. Whenever our brothers engage in boss moves, the bones and biscuits start obstructing it because their masters object. Let me tell you something. Some of you don't see those that are among us as bosses. Some of you don't see those among us as movers and shakers. So you are dumbfounded when I do stories about it. Let me tell you something. Even when some folk have problems, for example, with one of the people that I partner with who airs my shows, Dr. Boyce Watkins. And the moment someone, has an issue there, they want to make me suffer and put me in the middle of something, or they'll say, well, we don't like this about him. We don't like that about him. And then I'll say, okay, but he's elevating my voice, but he's putting my voice to the world. But he has a Black business school called the Black Business School with literally tens of thousands of students. He has hundreds, thousands of testimonies of people whose economic circumstances, them and their children and their businesses, have radically changed because of his economic intervention in their lives. And we find that from within, we try to minimize and nitpick the power moves that he's made because there's an issue over here that we disagree on. But when I say, what about the foundational things about being Black first, building together, these kinds of things, then people just look at me and they just want to act like that's nothing. And then when I look at some of you and I say, okay, what have you built? When I look at the Dr. Claude Andersons and find out through Dr. Boyce's organizations, hundreds of thousands of dollars have gone to build his network, to build with Dr. Claude Anderson and too many other things that I can't get into, monies that they've given to support Black schools. You act like that's nothing. Meanwhile, you still, when he was president, referred to Donald Trump, a credibly alleged rapist, sexual assaulter, thief, and bad businessman and racist, and not figurative, but literal son of a Klansman. You still refer to him as Mr. President. Mr. Kavanaugh, who had credible multiple sexual allegations against him, you now call him Mr. Supreme Court Justice. And to everyone that you consider to be a founding father of America, even though it was us, our ancestors, that created this thing, that made it a reality, which is why our open enemies stole us or stole our labor, because he was unable to do this. You refer to them as heroes and founding fathers, though we know they're certified, bona fide sexual assaulters, rapists, pedophiles, slaveholders, thieves, and destroyers. You voted for Joe Biden, and you still call him Mr. President. And he has done more than most in modern history to undo and to destroy Black people. You got me messed up. If you think I'm going to use my voice, my platform, to dog out somebody that you think isn't perfect when they're making big moves that have to do with legacy and building Black people, you got me messed up. And as the original woman, we birth men. So what do I look like? Cursing, not cussing out, cursing what comes from us. That's a problem. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, share, share. I'm only going to talk about this very, very briefly. I don't need to have hookups behind the scene and have brothers ask me to do this or say that, because they're men enough, they're bosses enough to speak for themselves. But I want to come alongside something that is good for Black society to support it. Because the thing I want to see grow is what I put my energy toward. See, when you spend all of your time dogging the thing that you don't like, do you know you attract more of it? The density of that particular force field, you're building a greater density of a force field around you that will continue to attract such things. War is messy, and our open enemy has made a mess of our people. And as we work to rebuild our people, you get mad, some of you, and want me to throw away the parts that can be restored. Some of you don't have a spiritual perspective, a metaphysical perspective, and I'm not about to spend all day explaining to you why I'm exactly right. God, today. I told some of you a story that happened to me when I was a very young girl. And I told you I was in elementary school. And I told you that I told my mother that I wanted to write a movie. It was called Off Drugs. And I told you all that my mother would bring me leftover old school computer paper from work so that I could write my movie. Some of y'all may or may not remember that old long white and green computer paper that had the perforated sides with the holes in it. My mother would bring me leftover computer paper from work so that I could write my movie. She believed in my dreams. I told you that sometime after that, she said, you should write the mayor. You should tell the mayor that you're writing a movie. Y'all, I was in elementary school. I wrote the mayor. The mayor at the time of our city in Mississippi was Jimmy Kemp. The mayor wrote me back, congratulating me on my upcoming movie. Why am I talking to you about that? My mother may not be considered prophetic or some kind of deep, profound whoever. She believed in my dreams. She normalized for me that I was supposed to have dealings with governmental officials. And it's no wonder the path that I took. Because as a child, she normalized for me, you should write the mayor. She planted a seed in a little girl's mind that a governmental official should know about an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, however old I was, 9-year-old's movie plans. She put me in place to nurture that seed. It's important, dear family, while we're in the hells of North America, after being made undone, intentionally, socially engineered, man-made by white supremacists, that when someone shows us a seed of taking a big risk, of engaging in a multi-million-dollar project that has to do with Black legacy, how dare we murmur against it? Our brother Tariq, who has a proven track record of one of the best documentary series, he sold millions of copies. So what's the big deal about that in the world? So employs numerous Black people. So has helped many other Black businesses in different problems. So this is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. I'm going to say this. Many of you support white films, white projects in multiple ways. You never vet them. You never question them. You don't double check nothing they do. You assume it to be true. You all have patronized, just like I have at one time or another, numerous white businesses, numerous white projects, Asian projects, Hispanic projects. You have received subpar service. You've been disrespected. They've expected you to pay talking to you behind plexiglass with the floors nasty, pee all over the toilet, stool and other disgusting things. They follow you around the store. Their parking lots are trashy. And if you get stuff through some of them online, you are willing to wait weeks and months. And they regularly screw up our orders. They regularly send us something that we didn't order. And we show extraordinary patience with such individuals. But we fail to see the hypocrisy in running our mouths against Black projects, and in this case, specifically Black men. Thumbs up, family. Share, share, share. I know we're missing quite a few people today. No notifications went out. I missed yesterday and all last week at different times. I was coming on different times. That's okay. But you all always know I'm just one of several queens here. But you all know that I've been trailblazing a lot of what I do. So even when I miss, you all know that eventually Vicki will be back into course. Normally I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. My schedule might be different for the rest of the week, but we believe at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. You can help us expand the message by giving us a big thumbs up. Share, 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 share. Let me tell you something. So when I was reading, I immediately wrote a check. I immediately wrote a check. Not a check, but sent money. The museum, family, is something. Statues. What's one of the biggest areas of conflict we're dealing with in society today? Aren't we dealing with white supremacists that's mad about racist memorials that are being removed? Aren't we seeing that the little handful of Black statues, like the ones of George Floyd, that's being erected, they're being defecated on, they're being defaced? Folks are having to move the memorials that they put up. Why? You don't understand the symbolism. What symbolism, what museums, what artifacts, what your history represents, especially in the world of white supremacy. And the fact that we're telling our own glorious story. This project has a spiritual element. This isn't just so-and-so's doing it. You can't have such a low view. When you're dealing with museums, do you know that you are moving in the realm? I feel the energy on me strong. Do you know that you're dealing in the realm of the ancestors? Do you know, for some of you that don't like the individuals that's heading up the certain projects, don't you know that it's possible that the ancestors may have moved on you, but you lacked the wherewithal to do it? Somebody talk Black to me. You ain't even got the drive, the stuff, the ambition to make it happen. So Spirit couldn't even count on you to even give you the idea. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Black family, we are more than what meets the eye. We are more than what meets the eye. And you ain't got to be religious to understand what I'm saying. We're multi-dimensional beings. There's a scripture. You all know when I'm quoting scripture, I'm not quoting scripture from a strict parochial, narrow religious text. I treat scripture as a book of magic, as a high energy book that doesn't just have interpretations that's just surface, even though they do. But there are multiple layers and multiple interpretations to even just one scripture because it's a book of magic. There are multiple layers, just like there are multiple layers of an onion. Let me tell you this real quick. Your sister with the curly braids. Listen. There's a text in 1 Corinthians 1:26 that says, not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were influential. Not many were of noble birth. That's 1 Corinthians 26. Y'all better listen. Verse 27. But God chose the foolish things of the world. To do what? To shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. Watch your murmuring. Do you know? In about Numbers chapter 13 or so, the children of Israel were led out of bondage. Of course, that's a prophetic story because we're the children of Israel. The Bible speaks in code. It speaks in algorithm. They murmured against their deliverers, Moses and Aaron, so much so that God wanted to take all of them out. But through Moses' intercession, he allowed them to live, but none of them made it into the promised land except for two of the elders, Caleb and Joshua, and the younger generation. Listen. But that's not the only time they ran their mouths. After Moses' transition, the Joshua generation, it was their time to rise. Joshua, Moses' assistant, took over. It was Joshua that actually began to lead them into the fight, into the promised land. Do you all know what that prophetic story of Joshua tells us? It says that they sent spies into the promised land, 12. And when they came back, they were given their reports of what they witnessed in the promised land. And some of the spies were so afraid of the height and the size of their enemy that they came back with what the Bible called an evil report. Their fear, their murmuring infected the people. It scared them. It immobilized them. It made them freeze up because they were talking about what they saw. They were outnumbered, they felt. And then they said these words, we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. I said, some of them said, we were like grasshoppers in our own eyes. And just two of the spies of the 12 said, they tried to silence the people. And they said, we're well able. They said, we're well able. I'm bringing that story to you because when you're reading about Caleb, you're not reading about Caleb, you're reading about you. When you're reading about Joshua, you're not reading about Joshua, you're reading about you. When you're reading about the Jebusites and all the other ites, you're not reading about them. When you're reading about the children of Israel, you're not reading about them, you're reading about you. What are you murmuring against? What are you saying is too big to accomplish? I want you to know spiritually, energetically, it's evil. When you don't have a can-do mindset. I want to be attached to big projects that do good things for my people. I want to settle on the best part if possible. We're at war, beloved, from within and without. We need to stand with our Black masculine men that puts themselves out there. And some of you say, well, watch, they ain't gonna be able to raise all that money. What they need $7 million for, what they need this. We need our own establishments, our own institutions. And with your little small mind, we say this is nothing. And I've heard others say this, and it's so true. We build other multi-million dollar and other multi-billion dollar projects for other people every day. The amount of money we're told that goes to the hands of Black folks in America alone, if we properly distributed the money and the resources, we would be able to do more than in less time. Watch your mouth. You speaking against such things is not good. When you see a glimpse of what could be, do you know that when you run behind it, you're giving energy to it? You're making it a greater reality. You don't understand how power works. It's a powerful scripture that says of the Jesus of 2,000 years ago, a man that was known to do miracles, he couldn't do miracles where? Even in his own hometown. Because of the unbelief of the people. Here's a man that had certified receipts. But there was an unseen blockage amongst those who treated him like he was just normal. They said, oh, that's just Mary's son. You mean Joseph's boy? That's what some of you do. We are more than what meets the eyes. And if you can't see it, it's okay. Just shut your mouth. And you be careful that you don't hang around such individuals that do such things. We're looking to do big things. Black men come from us. I wish I would curse my own creation. If $20 is all you got, give that if you feel led. This is not about a fundraiser for the museum. I'm talking about a mindset of destroying our own people. When we try to rise up to do something good, how before our open enemy can come in to destroy, we tend to do it. But don't be out here telling folks, put your $20 together. No, give big if you can. And do it quickly. We know how to make boss moves. What if it fails? What if it don't go right? He's going to be this didn't happen when this so-and-so tried to do this trust thing over here. So-and-so tried to have one project. This project went okay, but that one didn't go quite. Let me tell you something. The reason why you can sit comfortably on your sofa and nitpick and complain about what may or may not happen. You're envisioning the failure of someone. No, you don't have quote unquote any failures because you ain't never attempted to do nothing anyway. Don't nobody want to even be nowhere near you. You don't inspire me to be better, to rise higher, to do something we've never done before, to give at a greater level than we've ever given before. This is not about one man or one project. I'm talking about how it's so terrible that when someone does something to make a boss move, especially when they have a track record of doing stuff, you run your mouth and you complain. And the problem with it is you ain't got no receipts of doing anything powerful or effective. And that's a shame. If you're not going to participate, that's okay. I just personally feel you should just get out the way. With that being said, I've got an upcoming special 2-hour mastermind that I'm going to do, where I'm going to be dropping receipts, spiritual gems on male-female relationships. This is not just for romantic relationships. These are for platonic relationships as well, to improve the male-female dynamic, because we are at war. And you can tell because of the attacks and the push and pull, the tug of war that we're seeing between the masculine and feminine energy. Family, strong, good Black relationships are central to effective warfare. I announced I'm the star of my own webinar, but I'm going to feature my brother, Derek Jackson, the first Saturday of August. And I received so many trolls, so many ugly comments. Some of you that's running your mouth, you're ex-cons. Some of you that's running your mouth, if I ask somebody you grew up with, do you have a past or did you do something shady? You should hush. Some of you are simply taking what you think you know, which some of it may be true, but you haven't even heard the whole story or even the other person's side. And you're coming on my page, which 2 and 3 days trolling. Do you understand that a webinar means that you don't have to attend? Some of you have said, Vicki, you're going to take a hit. Your brand is going to take a hit. Why are you connecting yourself? You haven't even heard the full story. And what you have heard, you should probably just... If we're at war and the Black man and the Black woman have been undone, wouldn't this be the time to sit down, to listen, and to see what kinds of gems might be dropped, or what someone's story is, or what someone has learned, or how someone may have evolved, or to hear? You don't even know what you're listening to. But the bones and biscuits that give you the middle finger, that tell you they don't want to have nothing else to do with Black folks, period, that tells you that they just sold a soul to white supremacy, you don't have a problem with. You got me messed up. If you don't agree, I don't care about that. It's okay. I don't suffer from low self-esteem. Just don't come. This isn't for you. This is an invitation to those that feel inclined to participate. I'm the prize. The gems I'm dropping is going to be on point because they don't come from me. And yes, I want to hear from my brother. If you don't come. You do know you are grown up and you're not compelled to purchase registration. You do understand that. And what you consider to be trash or stuff you think you know the whole story about. What's one person's trash is another person's treasure. No, I'm not throwing them away. I don't care what blogs say what. I do what I'm led to do. Do you think I went through the belly of the beast for years? dealt with high-level governmental officials, the dark night of the soul, too many years of difficulty for me to be punked. By people that don't even know why I'm called to do it in the first place. You got me messed up. For those who want the gems, join today at FlyNubianMastermind.com. Join my weekly mastermind at ClubVicki.com and you'll get access. That's FlyNubianMastermind.com, the first Saturday of August, August 7th, 2021, 2 p.m. Eastern. This is finna be a powerful, powerful event where we're going to talk about gems from male-female relationships, not just romantic relationships, but also platonic relationships. It's important. We can't talk about white supremacy and war with the Black family without talking about those things that are central to our success, which are these male-female relationships that's pulling from each other. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you there. I've got folks making ugly videos. Some of you all have sent me clips of people saying the most horrendous things. Shame on you. I've got to go. I just wanted to share these few words with you. I want you to know that I'm Black first for real. I know that many of our people aren't here today. No notifications went out. That's okay, family. Thumbs up, share, share at the right time. The right people will hear this broadcast. Some years ago, I watched this movie called 300 with these characters in it. Do you all remember seeing this movie? This was the wife to the main star of the movie. He led up a team of 300 that knew they were facing certain death. And the story goes in the movie, I'm going somewhere with this and I'm done. It says in 480 BC, it said a state of war exists between Persia, led by King Xerxes, and Greece. It says at the Battle of Thermopylae, Leonidas, king of the Greek state of Sparta, leads his badly outnumbered warriors against the massive Persian army. Though certain death awaits the Spartans, their sacrifice inspires all of Greece to unite against their common enemy. Now, some of you may be saying, Vicki, what are you reading that for? I'm reading that for this reason. This lady, the wife, let me go back to his picture. The wife, of, I believe, yeah, that's Xerxes' wife. I believe that was his name, if I got that right. This lady, and I haven't forgotten what she said. Y'all see her? She said something real interesting, which can't be true for Becky. God, today. Becky stood by her man who led a badly outnumbered army against the Greeks. Persians. Watch this. She said this. I've never forgotten this. Look at Becky real good. Look at Becky real good. While her man and one of his military aides was in a conversation with this Black man, This black man right here in the movie said to him, what makes her feel like she has the right to speak amongst men? In fact, here's the wording right there. He said, what makes this woman think she can speak among men? Y'all listen real quick. Y'all know I'm going somewhere with this. I'm done. This Becky while her husband, her man, was in the middle of basically war talks with this spokesman from the opposition. This brother asks, what makes this woman think she can speak among men? This Becky says something real crazy. And I thought, she got that from the original woman. She said, because only Spartan women give birth to real men. He said, what makes this woman think she can speak amongst men? This white woman said, because only Spartan women give birth to real men. As with any mythological movie, story, they always have behind them the inspiration of us and our people. You all do know that, right? I want to say something to Becky. There is a category, God, today, that we give you, the newest people on our planet, especially when you act a fool and enslave us and steal from us. We call you mankind. Let me say it a different way. A kind of a man. And when you guys claimed you went to the moon that time, that's exactly what you declared. Mankind. A kind of a man. The reason you even use those phrases, that term rather, is because there is an original man that you are patterned after. That for a season was permitted by our gods and our scientists to allow you to rule for a short time. And that time is up. As it's written in Revelation, the devil or the opposer knows his time is up. So he makes war on the earth, the book of Revelation says. And as the woman, the original woman, I want to say, she was really talking about us. So on no day of the week will you find me dogging mine. For it is I that will say, sis, because we black women, the original woman, give birth to real men. So I back real men, whether you like it or lump it. And I, if I feel necessary, with all love and respect, will work to correct mine. But I will not throw them away and trash them and do the work of my open enemy. That's demonic. And we're God's around this piece. I gotta go. I love you to pieces. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you give us a big thumbs up. Share, share, share. Hopefully tomorrow I may come on at the same time. Again, thank you so much for your patience. Our schedule has been totally off, but I thank you for your patience. I missed you yesterday. Normally I'm here Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, but always be sure to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. That way you'll be notified whether or not I'm going live. Be sure to check Fly Nubian Queen's community page. Because a lot of times they post there to let you know, or one of us will post there to let you know whether or not I'm going live that day. Thank you so much for tuning in. Family, if we don't believe in us, nobody else will. Don't forget the principles of what I said. We are well able. We can overcome this. Nothing is impossible for us. Let's believe in each other's dreams. Thank you so much. I bow to you. You are my bliss. Be sure to join and sign up for my amazing mastermind 2-hour special webinar. I'm going to be dropping some powerful gems, and really you can call some parts of it maybe love and war, Black love, in terms of Black love and war, but also that aspect of giving you the master keys, especially to some of my brothers from a feminine perspective, master keys that only you have to the woman's heart. And again, I'm featuring my brother Derek Jackson. I'm looking forward to his story, some things that he's going to share. I know it's going to be absolutely amazing. Join today. FlyNubianMastermind.com for that one. FlyNubian Mastermind. FlyNubian Mastermind. Follow me again on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Thank you so much.